and they want to say so much, and it's all wonderful, but everybody has to have a chance. And it's now 12:05, and we need to leave here at 12:30, or stop at 12:30. And we want to get everybody in. So that's why I'm working on 6 threes are 18. We'll be okay. All right, so I'm going to ask this for the Jacaranda group. So which school are you at?
We are from Jacaranda group. Want to know about the when we are going to Henley Junior High School?
Henley High, yeah.
For the first, how can the students pass the exam? And then the second one, how to improve the teaching learning process in Henley High School. And the third one, how to gain the standard minimum to get to the next level. And next, how to improve the students interested in reading.
Yeah.
How to relate between parents and school. Maybe what you did, go on. Next, how did the headmaster manage the school? And at last, how to implement the school regulation in Henley School.
Okay.
And
So,
Good.
we've got 1 minute and 48 seconds left. A couple of observations here. So you're looking at the standard of academic excellence at Henley High. Would I be right? Would you agree? But you're also looking at the reading. So that's a very specific thing. How do you engage students in reading? So that'll be a very interesting focus. And then, of course, there's parent engagement. That's another area of interest. And then, how do you manage a school? And so the opportunity to have a look at the structure and organisation of the school. And then how, of course, do we follow the school regulations? So that's some really interesting and very powerful information that you'll be researching. So well done, Henley High Jacaranda Group. That's great. And you still finish with and you finish with 53 seconds to go.
Give applause for it.
So we have the next group then.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everybody. We are going to see in Adelaide School how to the teachers apply teaching learning activity, the model, because as you know that we have large classes.
Yes.
And I want to take some methodology of teaching to apply in our school. And then the second one, the human methodology, and then human resources. Maybe, yeah.
Resources? Is that what you said?
It means the teacher manage the class.
How do they manage the class?
How the teacher manage the class. And the second one, how the principal facilitate or support the students themselves.
So how is a good leader?
How good leader
That supports the
to handle.
teachers.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And the third one, how far the parents, students support the program of school. And I want to know how far.
Because you see here in Indonesia, there are some problems here. So maybe it's very different from the ones we will face in the Adelaide school. So we want to know about this.
So you're talking about the size of the class,
Manage the class, the teacher, how to manage the class.
And
The second one,
facility.
the facility. And then the leader supporting, or the principal. The principal supporting, and then the parents
And the curriculum.
and the curriculum.
And the focus, we focus on the students' achievement.
Yes.
Yeah, students' achievements. Because just now we saw that the what is it? The Adelaide school is green, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
How
high.
have they got to above benchmark?
Yeah, that's
yes.
right.
Yeah. In their NAPLAN test.
Yeah.
Okay, is that all, or we are going to know
how
in
they
Adelaide?
can achieve.
And I really like what I can see there, that you're talking about solutions as well.
The solution we are accumulate the problem in our each school, and then we find out some solution. Maybe we are going to see in Adelaide schools.
Yes, and I really like the fact that what you're looking at there is, yes, there are some big issues that you face in Indonesia,
Yes, okay.
but then you're looking at not just the problem, how can we actually, we know it's important,
Yes,
how can we
to
find
manage-
solutions,
Okay.
how can we learn? So that's terrific, that's
Yeah.
great. But I interrupted them a few times, you see, so so the next group, Rose Park Primary.
And we are going to observe the Rose Park Primary School. We focus on maybe point one. We want to know about the establishment of the school. Sometimes we also want to know about when was the school established. Sometimes because it deals with the history.
Yes.
It's important how far is the development is made in that school. So we want to know how good the school made. And the second one, we want to know about the parents' role. Of course, we want to know, but is there any annual meeting or monthly meeting for the parents? Because we want to know much more deeply about that and what are they discussing about.
Yep, great.
And number three, government's role. And we want to know, besides, of course, we know that the central government besides giving the fund, the money, and what else does the government give? For example, is there any special training? And if there is any, how many times does the government hold on that? What was it? The training.
Yeah.
And number four, this is a very important part of the observation about teacher's role.
Yeah.
And I want to know how, what is it? How is there any good roles for the teachers? What are they doing?
Yeah.
And the teacher's background education. Is there any special education for the teachers? And next, is there any teachers organization? Because it is also important to support the education curriculum. And I want to know about what kind of instrument that they made. Is there any extracurricular? How many extracurricular that they made? And school facilities. I want to know how many facilities are they. And the point is, does the school have to prepare the money by itself, or the central government give the money? And education budget also. Does the school raise the fund itself, or does it only rely on the budgets from government, central government? And how to build the student's character? Yeah, maybe.
You have many things there, a great deal of questions that I would encourage you to read carefully about Rose Park. Go on the My Schools website, go into their website, their own school website, so that they will give you some background information so that that can inform the questions that you ask. But there are some very interesting aspects to your report, and I hope that you will share between the groups so that you're not all asking the same questions, that it's an opportunity for different people to do it differently. So that's a terrific focus. So all the very best with your research. Now Blackwood.
Thank you. Hello, my friends. explain the observation method. Maybe we have a different approach to observe in a Blackwood school. Indonesia has 8 standards, national standards of education.
Good.
We call 8 standar nasional, SMP. Yeah. So to make our observation easier, we have to 8 observations here. Okay, the first one related to the curriculum, and then the second one teachers and staff, teachers and staff, and then the teaching process. So we have to gauge related to the teaching and learning process, how to manage the classroom and so on. And then the fourth is about budgeting, how to implement the budget from the government and non-government. And then the fifth,
And just can I interrupt there? A question that might be, because you were looking at budgeting as well, weren't you, and resourcing. The point about budgets is, how does the school, with the money that they get,
Yep.
how do the teachers budget? So do they get an allocation of money, or is it, so that's a good question to ask, to see what they have to
okay,
say.
this is our standard thing.
Yes.
Okay. Next, and the fifth is about facilities and equipment. So
Yeah.
it's the resource.
Yes.
Yeah, resources of our school. And then the second related to the school management, how the principal manage the school,
Yeah.
and then how the teachers manage the class and so on. And then the seventh related to the assessment, how to evaluate the students' outcome. And then the eighth, the students' outcomes. And then we add the last one, not national standards, but I add somewhat because we want to know about local indigenous,
Great.
to correlate with Indonesia.
Fantastic.
Because
Yeah.
we have the local,
Yeah.
Sundanese and then Japanese as well.
I would anticipate that Rose Park will have a good, strong program around their Indigenous studies and their respect for the local Indigenous people. So, yeah, that's all good. And look, finished it with 46 seconds to spare.
That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you. Next group. Salisbury group.
Okay, thank you. My group to go to Salisbury High School,
Perfect.
have the trainings, and then Mr. Ogin to explain. Okay. We have the idea. We have eight main points to be researched in our group. And then the first one is school management. It is very important because it will
Mr. Ugan, would you like to try that?
Yeah, school
Because they're
management,
talking.
it will determine.
No. Put your hand up. They're talking. That's it. Use it for yourself.
Okay, thank you. There are 8 main points to be researched. This one is school management. It's very, very important because it will determine the school future, and we would like to know that there a coordination between the curriculum itself and with the principal managerial, something like that, because it's very important. And then the second one is extracurricular. I want to know how many extracurricular are there, because it also support the intracurricular we run in our school, and then build the student character, not only in knowledge but also in attitude and character.
So
building.
camps.
Yes, of course.
Do they take students to camp and things like that? Do they go on excursions?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
And then the third one is the student organization. This is also very, very important because how to manage the student in or out the school. It is very, very important to know the student behavior. And then information technology, how to apply the modern technology or sophisticated technology can apply in classroom or outside the classroom. Because I want to know, is there any software to be used in the classroom when the teacher are teaching in the classroom like that? And then classroom activity, of course, this is learning method included in this point. And then also as a teacher, maybe as you explained last day, that we must have the various learning, various teaching method. So we will research in this point, of course. else. If there is one that very interesting to be adopted, I will apply it recently, especially in my school. And then,
Or 5. 1 or 5
yes,
or 10.
members, in our school. I'm sorry. And then also library is the supporting book. And then assessment is very important. Evaluation will determine also for student result achievement in the school. And then science teaching method. This is
Incredible.
Now the point about that was that I should have given you an extra 15 seconds because there was a bit of interruption, wasn't there? And if you think about classrooms, so often we spend time stopping the class and starting again. So you were on time. There were just a few people that were making a bit of a noise in the background, and presenting doesn't help if you're trying to talk over other people. So thank you. That's a terrific range of areas that we're going to be looking at. And I think that you will come up with a number of different classroom activities that you might take back, try 1, try 2, try 3, over some time. So it'll be great. Very good. So enjoy Salisbury. And Runella, East College.
Move here, please. Thank you. Let's start. And actually, I'm the last presenter here.
You are.
We are from Rendela Group, and we are. This is the action plan of observation at Rendela next Friday. There are and. First, I'd like to tell you about the big point first, and then I want to explain by one by one. Come on. The first, students' motivation. We would like to know about how to encourage the children motivation there in Renela. Next, student attendance like this, the same as motivation, but it is about the in-class activities. How to, we would like to know how to encourage children attendance in the classroom activities. Yes. And then the third is moral teaching. We want to know about how to teach moral teaching here, because I know about for example, it is about sexuality. Or yes, here is we want to teach about the sexuality.
Oh,
in
sexuality.
Yeah.
Sex education.
Yes.
In fact, they call it health education. And so it can be about the physical body, it can be about sexual development, a whole range of areas. So it's a very good area to
Because in Indonesia, we want to teach about that. What's it early in the primary school? So our children knows about this. Yeah. Next, about curriculum. Certainly, it is very important here because curriculum is the heart of schooling, the heart of education. So we want to know about the curriculum, intra and extra curriculum. Next, about reading habits.
Yes.
Next, about parent support, how to support from the parents, and reward and punishment to the children, and teaching and learning process, certainly indoor and outdoor, in class and out class. So we want to know about the big, what's it,
Big
egg, the egg of
yeah, big age. Yeah.
Good. That's all.
Well done. That was a very good report back. A very good report back. But more importantly, there's some very good focus for all of your work. And I'm very pleased to see what you are actually going to be looking at. I think Tommy, have you met Tommy?
Not yet.
Not yet, but I think he will come in and do some further work with you and offer time for you to do some work on this as well. One of the things that I'll encourage you to do is to be creative in collecting photographs. I think you're all good at that anyway. And observing what's going on. And if there's some things you're still not sure of, ask back here. Ask Rinny, ask Tommy, ask me when I come back. Because sometimes it can be a bit confusing. A teacher said such and such, but I'm not sure that I understand it. So, but fantastic reports. I hope that you will all be sharing the work. And the other thing I want you to do is make sure that everybody in your group has a copy of that. So photographs, and you've got it written down so that you can come back to it whenever there's a chance. So that when you leave here in 3 weeks' time, or less than 3 weeks now, you have been able to do the research, find out the information, and then start to think about what does it mean back in Indonesia. And the point about, now which one was it? The classroom activities maybe, the methodologies to take at least one and try it. I think that's a really good aim to actually know that you're going to do that before you go home. It helps, it makes you do it. Okay?
Okay.
So well done. If you'd just like to give yourself a clap. Everybody. That was a very good session. We've come to the end of this session. So if you'd like to take your seats for just a minute, I'll just say a few final closing words. And then we'll